Hello students, welcome back to commercial arithmetic class. So in previous class we have seen the concept of simple interest and also we had solved sufficient problems of simple interest. In today's class we will begin with compound interest. So compound interest is used a lot in nowadays compared to simple interest. In every situation compound interest is preferred over simple interest. So before we see the formulas, let me clear you the concept between simple interest and compound interest. So I have elaborated an example. So here let us take the principal amount as 100 rupees at 10% simple interest for 4 years. That is, suppose I am borrowing 100 rupees from a bank for 4 years at 10% of simple interest. Then let us calculate what will be the interest, also what will be the amount that I have to pay for bank at the end of 4 years using simple interest. So we'll forget the formulas right now. We'll just see the direct method or the simple method. So what is given? 10% is the interest and the amount is 100. So the first year, what will be the interest that I have to pay? It is obviously 10% of 100 rupees. So 10% of 100 rupees is how much? So this 100 and this 100 will get cancelled. So for first year I have to pay interest 10 rupees. So for second year the principal amount is 100. The rate of interest is also same, that is 10%. So interest that I have to pay will be again 10 rupees. For third year the principal amount is same, the rate of interest is also same, therefore the interest will be again 10 rupees. For fourth year it will be again 10 rupees because the principal amount is 100, the rate is also unaltered, so it is 10 rupees. So in all for 4 years the interest will be 10 plus 10, so 4 times it is 40 rupees. Therefore amount payable, we know formula is like obviously it is principal amount, so we have to give back to the bank, along with interest I have to give back. So interest is 40 rupees, therefore amount will be 140 rupees. So this is nothing but your simple interest concept. If you want to use the formula, it is PNR by 100. So P is 100, 100 and 100 will get cancelled. And what is your N? N is 4. So 4 into 10, it is again 40 rupees. You can see why it is important to know the formulas. Just in one simple step we got interest instead of doing all this big calculations. So well, just a minute. Okay. So now in simple interest we got interest as 40 and amount to be paid at the end of 4 years is 140 rupees. Now considering the same situation with same principal amount, same rate of interest for 4 years, we will see what is compound interest. So here P is 100, R is 10%, N is 4 years. So for the first year 10% of 100 rupees is 10. Here what you have to do is you have to take the amount at every year. Here we had taken the same amount in simple interest. Here you can see for the second year, for the first year interest is 10 rupees. Amount will be principal amount plus interest, which is 110 rupees. But when you want to calculate interest for the second year, here you have to take the amount that you got from the first year. So it is 110 but not 100. So basically you are calculating interest on interest. So now it is 110 into 10%. So 10% of 110 is 11 rupees. So it is amount plus interest again. Here amount is how much? 110. So 110 plus 11 gives you 121. Now you have to consider 121 as your principal amount. Of 121 you have to calculate again 10%. So it will be 12.1. So your new principal amount is now 133.1. 1 rupees. That is 121 plus 12.1 gives you 133. Now this is your new principal. Therefore, it will be 133.1 into 10 by 100, which is 13.31. Therefore, your total amount to be paid is 146.41 rupees. So now you can see these are your interest every year. So when you add, you got 46.41, and the amount to be paid at the end of 4 years is 146.41. Now you can see the difference between simple interest and compound interest. So obviously you are paying more interest in case of compound interest. So the difference is 6.41 rupees. If you are calculating in terms of lakhs or crores or even thousand, it is 6,410. It is obviously a huge amount. So that is why many of them prefer compound interest over simple interest. Also you can see the amount at the end of the 4 years, it is 146.41. that is 6 rupees you have to pay more. And here you have to note, in case of simple interest, the principal amount remains the same throughout the 4 years or whatever the time limit may be. But in case of compound interest, the principal amounts keeps on changing and the interest also increases every year. So here it is 10, then it is increasing by 1 rupee, then again it is increasing by 1.1 rupee. So compound interest is used a lot. So now we will see the formula. So when interest at the end of each fixed period is added to the principal and the amount thus obtained is taken as the principal for the next period, the interest obtained is called as compound interest. So this is what we had seen in the example. So now we will see the formulas. So the formula for amount is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to N. It is in powers, not multiplication. So don't write it as into N, it is raised to N. So why raised to N? Because here for every year, the amount keeps on changing. It is not constant as in case of simple interest. So here P denotes the principal, R is rate, and N is number of years. So this is the formula of amount in case of compound interest. So we know amount is equal to P plus I, that is principal plus interest. Now we want to calculate what is the simple interest. Therefore it will be amount minus principal. So therefore compound interest is amount minus principal. So we know the formula for amount. We'll substitute in terms of A, in place of A. It will be P into 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to N, and this minus P. So you can take P as common. Therefore the final formula for simple compound interest is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to N minus 1. So this formula you will be using for compound interest. If you want, you can substitute in place of R. You can take it as, for the same problem where P is 100 and R is 10, N is 4, you can solve it and you can check, you will get the answer as 146.41. So now there are few features of compound interest. So let us see, or you can see the properties. When interest is calculated at the end of each year, then the compound interest and simple interest for the first year are equal. So here you can see for the first year, we got interest as same in case of compound interest as well as in case of simple interest, that is 10 rupees is interest. This is your first property, that is when the interest is calculated at the end of each year, then compound interest and simple interest for the first year are equal. We are talking only about the interest. So the second property is when simple interest for each year the simple interest for each year remains the same for every year, whereas the compound interest keeps on increasing each year. So you can see the interest is same for the first year, second year, third year as well as fourth year. But in case of compound interest, first year it was 10, then 11. So every year it is increasing in case of compound interest. This is your second feature. The third one is the difference between CIs or compound interest of any two successive years equals to the simple interest on the interest of the previous year for 1 year. So what does it says is, so they are telling the difference between any two successive interest in compound interest. Suppose we are taking difference between second and first year, so it is how much? 1 rupee. So the difference of interest from second and first year is 1 rupee. So this is equal to the simple interest that is calculated for, so this is equal to the simple interest calculated on the previous year for 1 year. That is, for this, when you calculate the simple interest, that is 10% at 10% rate of interest will give you again 1 rupee. So these two are equal. So similarly you can try taking the difference between second and third and second year and calculate simple interest for 1 year at the same rate for the previous year, that is for 11. You will get again the difference as 1.1 rupees. That is 11 into 10 by 100. So this zeros will get cancelled. So 11 by 10 is 1.1 and 12.1 minus 11 is again 1.1. So this is what your third feature says of compound interest. So with this we have studied the compound interest basic concepts. From the next class we will solve problems. So I want you guys to solve the same problem using the formula and check if you will get the amount as 146.41. and why is it so important to remember the formulas. So we'll see problems in the next class.